somebody here. Where's my reporter here? Who do I owe this to? Who do I owe this to? Someone. Is he gone?
Yeah, that was a Cubs writer. It was a Cubs reporter.
But I thought he was staying for this one.
He was following Imanaga and Suzuki.
He wasn't following?
He was following the Cubs for Imanaga and Suzuki.
What was my deal with him? I forgot.
You were going to get him a PB&J?
If he did what for me? Like, remember there was like an exchange?
Sushi.
Yeah, that's right.
Something about sushi, and I said, I don't eat sushi. Well, but I'll get you something. I'll get you peanut butter and jelly, like a American childhood staple. You know, we grew up on these. Come on, Todd. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll bring something every. You know what I mean? Thanks, Bert. I appreciate it. Good. I didn't make it, but you know. I didn't cut off the crust. Do you like the crust? Oh, okay. Somebody don't. Okay, we got to do introductions here quick. I don't want to take up too much time, especially if the Dodgers need to be in here. You guys need to hear what they have to say. How about videographers up there? Anybody that hasn't been introduced? Hasn't introduced themselves in the last few days? Are you saying you?
I'm saying
Hi.
hi.
All right. How about anybody else that was not here yesterday? Where's Jelena? Oh, yeah. What's up, girl? My daughter, didn't see something wrong with her? She doesn't text us back? What's the deal? You're talking on that. All right, new people, please stand. You got to stand so I can see you and introduce yourself. What's your name?
Mike Bowman,
Hi, Mike.
New York Post.
New York Post. What are you doing here, Mike?
Don't have anything else to write.
Huh?
No other teams to write about.
Oh, okay. Good to have you.
I'm Chelsea from Milwaukee.
Yeah. Chelsea, we've met before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, USA Today.
Nice. USA Today, every morning, get delivered to the house. He'd go out, pull it out of the bag, flip the other ones, throw them out, sports section.
I'm
Tecato. Pleasure. From?
from Japan.
Oh, nice. Nice. God, that's so fun. So fun. You guys are all here. Yes?
Megumi from Kibito.
Beautiful. Pleasure.
So Carl Torres, born, raised here in Milwaukee. I worked with Kurt, Todd, and Lori.
Is that right?
Yep.
There was people with you yesterday, wasn't there, Kurt?
Yeah, a lot of people.
What radio station or who do you work for? Newspaper?
Bruce too.
Nice. I like it. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. I give him a hard time because he deserves it. Nobu? Beautiful. Great to have you. I remember?
I hope you remember.
I hope so too. You can't depend on my brain. It's not great. I know you. We've met before.
I'm Masa.
Masa.
Yeah.
We saw each other in LA last time, right? Yeah. Pleasure. That's it? That's the only new guys?
John Heyman's being humble.
John Hesser, we've made a big deal out of him, Mike, if you ever paid attention in these things. We made a big deal. All the big name writers here, we make a big deal out of. You know what I mean? John Heyman, sorry, Jon.
Make sure you get that right.
I do, don't I?
You do.
All right, what do we got?
All right, we'll get started with
Let's
Murph.
get started with the questions.
Start up on the top right, 5 rows up.
Murph, all of us that work here in Milwaukee have been accustomed to those openings. Just for those that are new to the Brewer bandwagon, why do you do them?
Why do I do them?
Yeah.
Just to make us all more comfortable. Everybody knows everybody. I know where you're from and where what your intentions are sometimes. I don't know. It's like, hey, the guy's here from the New York Post. Like, better not make a comment about the Mets or the Yankees or something. Or refer to somebody, it helps me a little bit. It's strategic. No, I like everyone to, have a voice and know where they're from and what they're in the room. I mean, we may come across somebody sometimes like not even a journalist or a writer or a videographer, just somebody that's hanging out. I just came to watch.
Like a married couple?
The married couple things got me a little freaked out when they said, well, we got a third one. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to hear about it.
Murph, to the game, I mean, now that the team you're playing isn't 90 miles away, what kind of atmosphere are you expecting tonight? And how much does the fan interaction actually impact the game?
Well, like I said, I was really, really like shocked when we went to Wrigley, how impactful that was, I thought, on the game. I thought they were incredible. Now, I'm not taking a shot at our fans because I get to see that all the time, and they do make a difference. This season, the fans have made a difference. There's no question, and that's important. But seeing what I saw in Wrigley Field, that was an incredible environment, home field environment. And then you throw in the wind and the ivy and the brick wall and the basket and just how tough it is. It's right on top of you, and it's a tough place to play. Tough place to play. So, yeah, the environments matter. And what am I expecting tonight? I expect our fans to show up. And everybody wants to see the Dodgers play. They're, have some of the biggest stars in the game. And really, I mean, some of the biggest stars in the game. And look at this room. This room, not too many seats open. So if it was the Brewers and Biloxi Shuckers, you wouldn't have a full room. You know what I mean? So the Dodgers bring it. Where's Mario been? He just works for you guys? Is he going to be around anymore? Because I want to be able to. Really? You think he'd be at the games? Yeah, would you ask him? Because I want to give him something. He was a trooper for the season. I have a little gift for him.
Let's go to Steve, second row.
Hey, Steve.
When Abner was in here, he was talking about one of the differences when he was hurt last year and the stuff he went through. He kind of learned to become a more disciplined pitcher. What's the difference you've seen in him now versus maybe last year, a couple of years ago when you were coaching?
Yeah, I think Abner has realized, I think he has matured, but I think he realizes we love him. You know what I mean? And I think for some people, it's hard to accept that love. You know what I mean? And he realizes this team loves me, needs me, and accepts me. With all my antics or whatever it is, they love me, they accept me, they need me. That's a great place to be, like where you have great worth with your team and you have value. God, it's a great feeling, man. And I want that for our players to know that all of them have that place and value. That's kind of cool, especially when these players haven't played for a long time. So it adds to the fabric. Great question, and by the way, Steve, your best of the year. I think. I'm not trying to be. I don't know how to evaluate because I don't really know.
Let's go to Jesse,
Thought I'd say it.
far right in the third row.
Hey, Murph.
Hey, Jess.
I know Ashby can go more than one inning, but in general, is there something you like or the organization has begun to like about an opener besides getting through the first inning? In other words, taking pressure off a young starter like Priester or Mizorowski. Is there something you've kind of grown into liking about it?
Yeah, I mean, one is it makes the other team make a choice. Do you want to bat those guys there? And we're going to get, a leverage matchup early on. It's important. You saw what the first inning meant to the series, last series. But I do think there's also a little softer landing for a rookie pitcher. I'm not sure those factors are that big, but it's basically now the starter may not, the true starter may not have to face those, opposite hand sluggers more than twice, Because we all know the number's about 3 times around. But it's case by case. You remember the game that this kid threw in Tampa? They took him out, whatever. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. I wasn't in on it, so I don't know all the particulars. But I remember watching that game, and I remember watching the other dugout. When they took this kid out, everybody went, thank God. I don't care who else is coming in, So, there's something to it.
Let's go to Kurt in the third row.
Murph, on some of the roster decisions, starting with Mears and Myers, is Mears healthy? Was it just a matter of getting length
Yeah,
or
I mean,
matchups out of Myers?
First of all, Mears is off and Myers is on. Mears has been unbelievable for us this year. He's been that get out of a jam guy, but he's really been most effective when used in small spurts. We're in a 7-game series now, and we basically have 1.5 starters, available, or maybe a total of 2 starters available as far as length and where they are right now in the season. So with that, we've got to look for more length. Most people drop the position player and add another pitcher. We chose not to for particular reasons, and then gain some more length out of that.
And then on the left-handed side, just the decision to stick with Gasser instead of Rob Z and DL as the other options there?
Yeah, those are all big discussions. Rob Z, again, short increments, right? They're not going to they go 1-4-7 with their deal. We've done that all year, right? 1-4-7 with our 3 lefties. So they do 1-4-7 mostly. So the Rob Z thing, you're going to get 2 bad matchups. And if they were to ever hit for Muncy, you might get 0 matchups. So that was that. Any short, and I don't mean short, I mean, he's a 1-inning guy. All right. Whereas Gasser and DL Hall can extend. Gasser especially can get out to 55, 60 pitches. DL hasn't been stretched out that far recently. And we made the decision to go with Gasser.
Adam, second row.
Murph, on a scale of 0% to 100%, would you share with us the odds?
You love this inside information. You'd love it. I mean, we
The
should
odds-
just have you in the office and just give you all our forms so you can be part of the whole thing.
Great.
Well, jump in there.
The odds Priester pitches tonight for what that would mean for the rest of the series, his
Yeah.
availability.
I think the odds of Priester throwing today is about 73%.
Let's go to Jack.
71%.
Row in the middle.
Murph, when you guys are,
Sport coach, Jack?
yeah, went
Really?
really fancy today.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Why not last week?
Do you like it?
I didn't see the whole ensemble. You know what I mean? Why don't you get up?
It's not too
Get up,
crazy.
Jack.
I gotta
Get
stand up.
Jack.
Do you want me to turn around too?
We got jeans on?
No.
Those are like pants or sweats?
They're like.
Oh, you got a belt on. You got a belt
they're
on.
like dress pants, yeah.
Nice, Jack. I like it.
Those are not dress pants.
They're not?
I consider
Girl, I
them
love you
dressy
calling them
enough.
out just like that. That's so beautiful. Those are like work pants, right?
They're just like,
Hang around in the house.
Milwaukee.
Oh, now you're taking shots at Milwaukee. See the riffraff you bring with you, you know what I'm saying? You bring a couple of New Yorkers in here and you got riffraff calling out other people. This nice woman was just trying to give him some fashion tips for his future. How old are you, Jack?
23.
You just helped this guy.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I can take that with me now. Thank you. What was my question?
I shook you up a little bit, I get it.
When you guys are making the decision to roll the lefty out against some of those guys at the top as an opener, what is it about Ashby specifically that has made him that best fit for you guys, or makes you think he's that best fit over some other lefties like Koenig or Gasser?
Yeah. It's good. It's a great question, too. Ashby's done it. He's done it recently. I think he gives, I like Koenig more at the end, his versatility, even his length, really. Ash has been used a lot. So do we go Ash 1 inning, or do we go through Muncy? That's the other thought. So I don't know. Is Ash better against righties a little bit with the sinker? And who knows? That goes into it.
We'll stay here in the third row.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Oh, yesterday you talked about Ohtani.
Dice K, right?
Yeah, Dice K. Yeah.
See how I remember that?
Yeah.
Good split, right?
Right, yeah. Dice K.
You don't throw much anymore?
Right. Yeah, your pronunciation is great. So, right. Yesterday you talked about Ohtani as a pitcher, but how are you going to neutralize Ohtani as a hitter? I mean, Phillies used a bunch of lefties and he's struggling a little bit. So that's going to be the key for you guys.
Well, I think most people struggle against Sanchez, Luzardo, and Suarez. Those guys are really, really good, really good. So I don't consider Ohtani struggling. I don't. It's baseball. You can go through 30 at bats or 50 at bats and not put up the same numbers and maybe be hitting the ball hard or whatever. But I don't have Ohtani struggling. But I want to throw lefties against him whenever we can. It's always harder for a lot of those lefties to face lefties that are throwing 95 and above and sinkers into them. The way you do it, right? Here's how you beat every great hitter. Babe Ruth, you pitch the same way. Hard in here as you can, right? And then it opens up over there sometimes. And do you double up in here or maybe not? Or do you open up breaking ball because he's looking for it in here? It's a little cat and mouse thing, and that's what we'll do.
Let's go straight up to the top row.
Murph, at the end of last series, you shouted out the coaching staff. A couple of guys that are kind of on the bottom of the coaching staff ladder, Christian Correa and Adam Weissenberger, the bullpen catchers. How important are they to what you're trying to do?
Yeah, that whole position, bullpen catcher, is not like the old days where all he did was catching the pen. Now they're involved in scouting reports. They're involved in all sorts of things. We have another one, Tyler Duvall, who's involved with the front office. But those guys, Wise is caught in our system, and we've known him for a while. He's been with us for a number of years, and they have catch partners that's very important to the pitchers. They're involved in the pen. They understand the guy's stuff. They understand their routine. They're very, very important. It's like a caddy in golf, very important.
Let's go all the way to the right in the third row. Andy.
Just in trusting Ashby to open tonight, how do you weigh the guy he has been for so much of the year versus the way he pitched against the Cubs?
Yeah, I think he pitched well against the Cubs. Bush hit a ground ball up the middle, and then he hit a guy in a bounce breaking ball. The 3-run homer, they had his pitches, and Suzuki looked to first and saw the sign. It was a changeup and hit a high changeup, which is his third pitch. I think he pitched well, and he's pitched well all year. And he's one of our guys. We're not looking at a small sample of what he's done lately, especially if the ball's coming out good, and he's confident.
Come over here to the left, Russell, second row.
Russ.
What's up, Murph? You guys like to be aggressive on the bases. That's kind of your game. You didn't have your first 2 stolen bases until that Game 5 against the Cubs.
We had 3. They didn't give us one on the Yelich steal, but it's utterly ridiculous. I'll argue with anyone about that. That's a stolen base because they don't throw the ball. Why would you give Sal a steal then? Because they didn't make an attempt on Sal either, right? The other day when he left early, they didn't make an attempt on Sal, and you don't give Yelich that one for third. That's preposterous. There must be something in there.
I'll call it 3, Murph. Let's say 3.
All right, thank you.
I
feel so much better.
In a series like this, how do you balance guys being aggressive and playing your game, but also not wanting to take away from big inning for those guys like Jackson and William and Yelly?
Yeah, it's, what you got to think about is bases are really, really important, but they're not more important than outs. You know what I mean? So you got 27 outs to work with in the first 9. You can't afford to make silly outs. But if the bag is there, if the bag is there, you got to take it, or you want that pitcher to be worried that you might take it. Because if he's thinking about he might take it, that might change how he executes that pitch. So the threat of the steal is real. It's real. And if I can get the third baseman to play on the grass for a right-handed hitter because he bunts, haven't I helped myself positioning-wise? But it's got to be legit. You got to be able to put down the bunt. If he backs off and covers his position, I got to be able to bunt. And if I do, then it's like, wow. And then the pitcher's got to run all the way over there, turn around left-hander. He's got to go all the way around it, throw to first, catch his breath. It's more than you think. It's it seems so easy, but we have to take advantage of stuff like that because we got guys playing that have, 80 games in the big leagues, and we got to play that type. That's part of our offense.
Let's go back to Jack.
Murphy kind of touched on it with the value of having more stretched out guys in a series like this, but 7-game series with 2 days off versus a 5-gamer with 3 days off. Does that also change how much room you have to manage aggressively, or can it change the kind of roles that guys might be called on to fill throughout this series?
Yeah, that's a great question, Jack. It does. It does, and it's one of those things where it's win tonight, okay, but when you get to about game 4, you better be careful of what you've done to your pitching staff. You know, so it might show up game 4, game 5, if you aren't mindful, you know, so there's all sorts of that into it. Now, we're still playing win tonight. That's utmost win tonight, but it's first game. Now, when you get into the second game, especially the third game, okay, we just had a day off. How much do you want to use here? What do you got to think about? That's where you can get exposed. Because now your thinking is, we're not playing win tonight. We're playing, hey, we got to pitch these guys because these guys are gassed. You know, we got to try to keep ourselves from that situation. Comes down to depth and quality of depth.
All right, Murph, we'll take one more. Second row right in the middle.
Murph, you talk a lot about the who in the room, and when it comes to Quinn Priester specifically, you know, what gives you the confidence to see how resilient he was, or you know, after the early season struggles, that he'll bounce back coming into this series?
Yeah, there isn't a guy in that room that doesn't trust Quinn because they've watched him go through that very thing. You know, he came as a very unfinished product, and he's still an unfinished product. I call him a rookie because he's never really pitched consistently like he has this year. When we got him, he had a few starts where like, oof, this guy needs some work. Maybe not. Maybe he's not ready. And he just stepped up. And it was through that adversity, as I mentioned, in that Cubs game that was here and they waxed them, that you saw him grow and come back out with a focus and a certainty and a conviction that said, I can do this. And then he got on a roll, man. It was, wow, pretty special. Unknown, a virtual unknown, you know. I'm sure that most Dodger players can't name 8 guys on our roster, you know. No offense to them, they shouldn't have to know the names, but, you know, these are some guys that hopefully they know their names by the time it's over. But you never know. One of our clubbies last night, you guys know what I mean? Clubhouse attendants. One of our clubbies gave Mookie a ride. You know, it's a pretty long walk from here all the way out to the cars, and passed me right by like I wasn't even there. Like, zzz. I'm like, hey, 10 years, I've never gotten a ride. There's Mookie in front smiling.
All right, Murph. Thank you.
What you doing here, Ken? I didn't see you, man. You should have been introduced. You were new. You didn't introduce yourself.
I've been here.
It's BS. All right. Who's coming in next?
See you post game, Murph.
Who's coming in next?
Dave Roberts.
Doc.
Got some time.
Son is Cole. What's your name? You didn't introduce yourself.
Bob.
Bob what? Where you from, Bob?
Channel 12.
Yeah, but where? Everybody has a Channel 12. Every town in the world's got Channel 12. What? Milwaukee? We have a Channel 12 here? Yeah. I don't view in very much. Can't help. I got young kids, Bob. You don't watch TV very much, promise you. You watch what they watch. Their iPad. You watch Robux or whatever they